That's not bad.
Oh, I might go onto YouTube now just to have the comments.
Yeah, because my laptop slows a bit when it's doing that recently, so...
You need to get a new one, probably.
My laptop's
I've got
like 6 or 7 years old.
I do have the latest MacBook Pro, so should be able... I'd be very worried if it slowed down while watching YouTube. Like, very worried, but yeah. Because I need to do more... I got it to do some very, like,
oh.
big things. Anyway.
Right, there we go. Right then, we are live. So then, good evening, everyone, to a brand new season of the SBR BTCC Blueprints with STDash Designs, and we're back again at the Red Bull Ring for the start of Season 12. I am your normal commentator, as always, Sean, and joining me is a new guy in the booth. Unfortunately, Jerry's got work commitments changed, so I don't think he's going to be here for the season, but we do have a replacement. And I was thinking of a pun, but I can't think of one that will hurt his feelings. But anyways, it's Rascal. How you doing?
Hello.
I couldn't think anything to hurt your feelings. I don't know why I said that, but
you called me a replacement, so that already hurt my feelings. But yeah, I'm Rascal, and I'm hopefully gonna take you through the action with Savvy this evening.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna take through the action with them. Yeah, that's when's qualifying?
Qualifying is starting in 5 minutes, but before we get into qualifying, we'll just we'll talk about the drivers in the field. So here is Lewis Edwards, the defending champion from last season, driving in the Motorbase Ford, well, liveried Ford Performance, but you can see it's in a BMW. His teammate is the same as last season, Ethan Graham, which I'm trying to find where he is. There he is, in the pit lane. So that is Graham, and that is Ethan. Next up is the winner from the last race from Brands Hatch Season 11, Alex Austin, and he's paired up again with Rob Adams in the Wix Racing Sicily Motorsports Hyundai. So they are in a partnership yet again. New driver in this one is Luke Mitchell, driving the Eurotech Hyundai, the Eurotech Racing team, and his teammate is the returning Leon Welsh. There he is, currently 9th fastest in practice there. So that's 3 teams done. The next one is Adam Piper. There he is in the MG Racing car. Yellow flag being shown at Nicky Lauda. And his teammate is Rob Schauler. There he is, just parked, actually just on the straightaway. And he made a big impression since he raced with Power Max last season, replacing Nathan Myers. Next up is this guy. Now, it was supposed to be Jake, well, it was supposed to be Ash Sharp, but then he's not racing for the first 2 rounds. It was going to be Jake Hill that was going to race it, but then he had to be pulled in to race at Alton Park, or some commitments around Alton Park. So this guy now is John Thompson, who actually raced in that LMP1 class with, I think you commentated on it with Jelly, didn't you, at Fuji? Do you remember that?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
That was a while ago, yeah.
You had a great race, Savvy.
Yeah, I spun about 3 or 4 times. Lucky you only seen me spin once. And yeah, so that's Thompson. Not the guy from the Fast Show, but this is the American John Thompson. And his teammate is Liam McEwen, the Season 9 champion. And he's in the pit lane. They're driving the Power Max team, so it's all changed for Power Max. It was Tompkinson and Myers, but it's now McEwen and, well, / Sharp. Next up is the WSR BMW. This is Chris Clements, and he's got a new teammate in Richie Massey, which I believe he's in the pits. There he is. They're in the pit lane. We've got the Honda Yuasa Racing team. This is Connor Heron. Now switching from Hyundai, from BMW to Hyundai, and his teammate is Thomas Walsh. I think he's in here. Yeah, there's all 14. I'm trying to figure out where he is. There he is there. Currently 8th fastest at the moment. Have I missed anyone out? Have I got everyone? I think I might have got everyone. Yeah, I do. So then, as Thomas makes a little mistake through off of going into turn 4. I'm just looking through. Yeah, I think I actually got all the drivers. Yeah, so it's the same as last season. Driver only will have to start a race qualifying and well, sorry. Let me restart that. It's been a bit rusty in this. So they'll start qualifying, 5 minutes long. So it's going to be an absolute dash in every one of those qualifying. Championship point, whoever gets the pole position. Whoever has the fastest lap in the race will also get a point. Drivers will race on the medium tyres for one of those 3 races, and the point system is back to the original touring car point. So it's 20 for the win, 17, 15, 13, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, all the way down to 2 for 14th place. So looking at the practice there, Rascal, who's you picking your favourites then?
Well, I think you said he was the defending champion, Edwards. He's currently sitting half a second almost ahead of the next contender. I mean, I think there's some people still in the pit lane, but yeah, he's sitting pretty on top there. So I don't know. I've not really seen much of this grid before, but if I was a betting man, this, you know, the one who won the title last season is always a good one to put your money on.
So you're going for Edwards then?
He's starting on the mediums though, so he might not be as strong in race 1.
No.
But he's looking to be the comeback kid in race 2 and 3.
Sure, well, I'm sure he would. I mean, there was a time where he, you know, I think it was the second 2 races there. I think Thomas was practicing the starts as he just gets off the line. Oh, we're getting qualifying underway. Yeah, if you want to be a championship contender for this, you've got to start the first race on mediums, and then the next 2 will be on the super softs. So we'll see what happens then. We'll go through all of the drivers to see who will start the first race on medium tyres as we get the first of 3 5-minute qualifiers underway. So it looks like the champ is going to start on mediums for the first race, so I'll just try and find his name. It also let me know to see who's on the medium. So out comes the Power Max boys of Thompson and McEwen. They're going to come out first. And then it's going to be Mitchell, Edwards, Graham. I think in this qualifying, you know how long these straightaways are. I'd imagine, you know, the teammates are going to work each other to try and get a good spot, I reckon. What do you think?
100%. Yeah, 100%. This track is about braking and accelerating. You have a couple of quite slow corners, but beyond that, it's about power. So if you get the slipstream, you're going to experience faster speeds, which makes your lap time lower, does it not? So, which is good.
Oh, goodness me, Piper and massively making contact at turn 3, Schlossgold. But I'm just going through the drivers to see where they're starting on and what tyres they're going to be starting on. So far I've got McEwen, Edwards and Massey is on the mediums. Let's see further down the order, see if anyone else. Showler looks like he's going to start on mediums too. I'm still going through the field. Tom Leon is starting on the super softs. Clement is on super softs. Thomas is on mediums. So there's 5 drivers starting on it, so that means his teammate ahead of him will start on softs. Austin is going to be on mediums, and yeah, so to my knowledge there's going to be 6 people that are starting on mediums, so they're not going to qualify as high. So
not necessarily. I mean, someone super soft might bostle it, and if you're on mediums and you're fast, then you can be there to pick up the scraps. One thing I would say that you don't want to do is, if you're on super soft, you don't want to be behind someone on medium, just because it's going to slow you down.
Oh, just saying here, Richie's just made a pit stop and he's gone onto the super softs, so I think I'll take his name off then. He's not going to be on the mediums on there, so let's just check. Is Clements also on the super softs? So he's run wide at Remus. No, so it looks like we've got 5 drivers then going to be starting on mediums for the first race. Okay then.
Oh yeah, drivers are only obligated to run it in one of the 3 races. So if you don't have to run it, then don't run it, because the super soft is going to be the faster tyre, offers more grip than the mediums.
4 different manufacturers battling here, but obviously this is just in qualifying, led by Graham, then McEwen, then Piper. But McEwen is on those medium tyres, so he's going to be a little bit slower. Piper on the super softs.
Yeah, it's what I talked about just now. Piper getting held up by McEwen as we go into Rins, and then now into Red Bull Mobile, and he's really going to get held up through the final corner. This is not really what Piper wants on his first flying lap.
So Thompson comes across the line, 35.2, which has been beaten by Graham. And also, actually Piper, you said he got held up, he's actually got the pole position at the moment, 34.5. But I'd imagine that MG is super quick on the straightaway. So Thompson down to 3rd.
34.5's it's a nice time, because I think I saw in practice that was it Edwards? He set 34.4, so it's only a tenth off of the fastest time in practice.
Yeah.
So good job, Piper.
Adams goes 7th for 36.1. Give you a rundown then with about a minute to go. So it's currently Piper on the pole, followed by Graham. Then Thompson, the replacement, in 3rd. Then there is Lewis Edwards, 4th fastest on those medium tyres at all, with a 35.5. McEwen in 5th. Leon Welsh is 6th. Adams 7th. Heron is in 8th. And I think Schauler's just been held up. I think his qualifying is done. Then it's the rookie Luke Mitchell 9th, Thomas Welsh 10th, Clements in 11th, Austin, Schauler and Ritchie completing the 14-car field. But Ritchie has yet to make a lap time yet, but he is doing his quick lap now, as we've got 15 seconds to go.
It's going to be close between Liam and the line if he's able to get another lap, or I don't think he's going to be able to, but
nah, I don't think he will. Thompson's got to do another lap.
Might be able to.
Graham, I think. No, Graham's not doing another lap. He ran out of time. Someone improved actually. Oh, Mitchell goes to 3rd now. Clements actually improves to 8th. More times coming in. Massey goes into 3rd place in the WSR BMW, so faster times are coming in. Heron improves his time to 35.8. Austin goes to 36.1. So, and we're just waiting for is that Schauler? I think that's coming across the line. No, that was Adams, and he goes 7th for the 35.5. And I do believe that might be qualifying finished, although Thompson is on a lap. Yep, he's still on a lap, and he's just ran. Schloss goes a little wide. So at the moment, Piper's going to get the championship lead for getting the bonus point for starting on the pole position, unless Thompson can do something here. Now going in towards, is that Rauch? How do you pronounce that then, there, Rascal?
It's pronounced Rauch.
Rauch, and he's half a second down, so I don't think he's going to improve. So Piper's going to be on the pole.
If you don't want to do the guttural sound, it's Rauch.
Rauch. I could do Loch, but I can't do Rauch.
It's like Loch, but Rauch. Perfect.
So Thompson's not going to improve, and I tell you what, solid effort there from Edwards, the defending champion, starting the race in 6th on those medium tyres, and the next one back is McEwen in 8th, only 1.2 off of the pole, compared to just over a second from Edwards to Piper. So there you go. So Piper, first pole position of the season, and I'll write his name down because I want to get some stats in. So there we go. So the clock strikes down on to 0 seconds, and then that is the end of qualifying, and then we're going to get on with the first race. And
nice quick turnaround.
Yeah, and Schauler bringing up the rear. So you've got the MG Racing boys starting first and last. So here we go then, the first race of a brand new season, season 12, round 1. And here is how the starting grid looks. Piper on pole, followed by Graham, then Massey, Mitchell, Thompson, Edwards, Adams, McEwen, Welsh, Heron, Clements, Austin, Walsh and Schauler. There you go. That's your 14. 10 laps around this 9-corner track. I forgot how many miles long this is. As the engine notes rise, we're going to get season 12 underway right about now, and looks like a good start though from the BMW, because they do get off the line very, very well, and approaching Niki Lauda. It will be Graham that's going to lead the way. Massey going completely off the track, going into 10-1. In fact, he's gone off. He's just run off ride. So that hard work in qualifying, it's just gone up all down. Oh, he's actually started on mediums. Now that's a no-no, because you're supposed to qualify on the start of the race. So Richie Massey could be in a bit of bother here. Just to apologise. Anyway, he's going into towards turn 2. Here comes Mitchell now to the inside. Side by side now with Graham, and takes the lead. So the rookie, Luke Mitchell, now in the lead of this race.
I'm just looking here. Groot tried a move. I'm not entirely sure who Groot is. He tried to move into Remus. Didn't quite pay off. He tried to go down the inside of 3 cars. As Clements is making a move on the inside of...
That's Leon Welsh, yeah. Nice. Yeah. He's made it pass, he's made it stick.
Into Schlossgård, and that's good going. Welsh is the inside going into... Oh, and Connor Herron's run a bit wide there, and he's going to lose out a position, dropping down into 10th place.
And now Austin and Schauler side by side battling for 12th position, but Ethan Graham has got back the lead as they're making their way in towards Rent Curve. So it is Graham in the lead, followed by Mitchell. Here comes Piper at the pole sitter, having a look on the inside of turn 8 now into Red Bull Mobile, and I think Piper will have the job done. And look at Edwards there, the guy on the mediums into 4th position. He's already gained 2 places, obviously because of the fact that Richie Massey's there going all the way down to last position. But there you are, Edwards in 4th, Thompson in 5th, Adams 6th, McEwen 7th. Then it is Clements who is trying to fake a move out on McEwen. Then you've got Leon Welsh there. Mitchell! Mitchell's gone very wide off of turn 1 at Niki Lauda. And I don't think he's going to lose a spot to Thompson in the process, but...
He lost, yeah, he lost. So he lost out to both Edwards and Thompson there. And Thompson's going to make a move on Edwards going into Remus.
Oh,
jumps
Thompson!
The curve a bit. There's a bit of contact.
There was there. That's typical touring car racing. I think they're free abreast.
Now side by side. Oh,
no, they are free abreast. Mitchell on the inside, Thompson in the middle, and Edwards on the outside going into a Schlossgård. This is not going to end well. And Mitchell gets it.
From Mitchell.
He's
a double overtake there.
He's regained that third position, but the problem is the top 2 have pulled away. So now this battle for third place is raging, with Thompson now leading the way. Then you've got Adams in the mix too. You got McEwen, and that's Clements side by side going into a round.
Edwards.
He is.
Adams and he's got the job done on the inside of Rauch.
And Clements has gone by McEwen. So those beach tyres are sort of struggling on the guys that have started the race on those mediums.
Oh, Mitchell's getting the run on Thompson for 3rd place. He backs out of the move into Rindt. But Thompson's going to run a little bit wide there, and it's going to compromise his line. Dirtiest tyres for Red Bull Mobile.
Now I'm wondering
and Mitchell could get the run and the slip on him, thinking about making a move into Niki Lauda. No, he tucks him behind.
I thought I was going to be giving him a little bump draft there too.
Yeah, proper touring car style.
This is what you expect to see in the touring cars. Meanwhile, further back, looks like Clements has now gone up into 6th position. He's just passed.
Sorry, Savvy. Mitchell's making a move on Thompson up into Remus, 3rd place. He's got the inside.
Yeah. And is he going to give him the room?
The apex.
He's lost traction in the middle.
Thompson seems to be able to hold it around the outside there. Really good driving from him to hold position. And is Adams going to think about taking both of them? He's going to potentially make it 3 wide.
He was thinking about it. He was thinking about it, and Thompson's back through, so he's held on to that 3rd position. I think Mitchell lost the traction in the middle of Remus. That's why he just lost out there. But I was just about seeing there that Piper was thinking about making a move, a battle for the lead now. And I think Mitchell has now gone through, has he? Around the outside still. Thompson nearly shuts the door, pushes him off right, nearly. Still side by side. They'll be going on for like nearly half a lap around here.
Oh no, it's nearly a full lap because it started at the start line. Yeah. So that's a full minute of them pretty much being side by side. Mitchell's now got the inside going into Rindt curve.
He's run a little wide.
He's gone a bit deep.
He's gone very wide. And Adams is going to go through too.
So Mitchell, after being up inside, he's lost 2 positions by just being a bit greedy with his speed, taking too much speed into Rinth there. And he's got to be careful because, was it Clements?
Clements is now caught up now.
Is coming.
Yeah.
And Edwards isn't too far behind either. So
battle for the
pack
lead.
is right there. Oh.
Here we go, battle for the lead, and Piper's going to pass Graham on the outside of turn 2, but Graham's got the inside and defends it. Although he lost a bit rear end there, but still protects the lead. And now Clements has gone into 5th position, has he? No, he's not. Connor Heron got a little sideways off of turn 2. Don't know if he had a bit of help or he just lost the traction off the corner.
Piper's trying to make a move around the outside into Schlossgold.
Oh, just looking at a replay ahead and just getting into Edwards. Sorry, you go.
No.
Oh, and Adams had a moment. Rob Adams is off. Let's have a look at a replay. What happened to Rob? He was sitting there in third position. So here's a replay. Oh, he just took Schlossgold all completely wrong, and he's off in the kitty litter. And that was from 3rd place too.
That must be so upsetting. He's got all the work to do, but there's still over half the race to go, and he can see this big pack of cars ahead of him. There's what 8th, 7th, 6th, and 5th. You know, within the space of 2 or 3 seconds in front of him. His race is nowhere near over. If he puts his head down, he can definitely, because they're all going to be fighting anyway.
On board now with Clements into 5th position. Here comes Heron making a look at Halford's Yuasa Hyundai, making their way in towards Nicky Lauda. McEwen running a little wide off of there. Drivers got to be careful. Don't put all the wheels off of there, otherwise they could be penalised.
Mitchell's got the run on Thompson for 3rd. He looks to the outside going into Remus.
Has he got it though?
Thompson seems to hold position.
He might go for the crisscross though, does Mitchell? Does he? I think he might have. No, they're nearly bumping and barging on one another, but still Thompson just stays ahead.
Meanwhile, they're all lying astern from 5th through to 7th, so you're not missing out too much there currently. I think Adams was sort of making a move. I said that. Placenta Dents is making a move on Adams.
Wow! Leon there, that was a aggressive sort of overtake there on Rob. We just caught that very late though, but it looks like he had it completely locked up on the exit of Schlossgold. But that's an overtake maybe. Oh, and I think Rob didn't appreciate that. I don't think Rob liked that kind of pass.
I wouldn't have liked that pass either if I were Rob. And yeah, I think Walsh rightly backs out of that one and let Adams go. But unfortunately, it's cost them a second or two. As you see, the packet.
Oh, Piper's in the lead. Sorry to cut you off there. Piper's now leading this race. Graham in 2nd.
Okay. I don't think Graham will mind too much because they've been having a ding-dong battle all race long, and they're going to be exchanging positions. I mean, we've completed 50% of this race. We've still got another 5 laps to go, and is it Graham? He's within 3/10 of the lead. Now within a quarter of a second, he's closing up a bit. He's going for the dive into Remus for the lead.
Oh, he might have got
it work, but Piper.
Oh, the power of the Lexus.
Well, no, he saw it coming, and he just delayed his turn a little bit so that there wasn't contact, and got did the switch over. It was very smart driving from Piper to keep position on the exit of Remus, as he gets his. Is that Alexis in the lead?
Yeah, that's Piper. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little bit out of shape in the mid corner of Schlossgold there. But this battle is far from over, as
Thompson's only 3 seconds back, although Piper's left the door open on the inside at Worth, but he's still got to hold on to it. I mean, this is really like a horsepower circuit, and we know how good the Lexus is on the straightaway, but Graham is really keeping up with Piper. He's just trying to find any which way to look, but he's got to be careful. If they keep battling, it's going to allow Thompson to catch up to him. We're going to have a 3-car scrap for the lead.
Yeah, Thompson broke away from Mitchell, so he's now in clear air.
Yeah,
and he can just focus on his, setting hot laps now. And look, 34.9 compared to the leaders doing mid 35s. He's catching up on his last lap over half a second to both of the leaders. He's gonna be in the right in the thick of it by the end of the race if these guys keep battling.
Looking then at Heron in 5th position, then Clements. Them two have had a good racing, had a poor qualifying, but them two have done very well so far. McEwen has found a way back around on Edwards and nearly fallen out the slipstream. Adams and Leon then still battling for that 9th position. Hopefully there's a bit more respect between each other, as Adams nearly pushing Welsh there. Further back though, Alex Austin and Thomas Welsh and Richie Massey is having a battle, and I can't see where Shaula is. There he is, all the way back in 14th position. He must have had an incident on lap 4 when he did a 55.1, which was nearly 15.5 seconds slower than his best lap. But yeah, going back here, Graham's got the lead.
You've got to feel for Shaula, because he is 18 seconds off of the pack. Luckily there are race 2 and race 3, and he'll be looking to.
He'll want redemption.
he will definitely want redemption. Further up, we've got Adams. I think he's just made a move
Heron.
on.
Heron's down to 10th. We did see him in 6th position. He must have. I think he went off at Schlossgold, I reckon.
That is aggressive defending from Leon Walsh on Adams. As Walsh is in 8th, Adams looking to make a move on the inside into Rint. Kind of gets the job done.
Let's have a look at a replay. Here's a replay of how it was. Ooh, yeah, that was a bit iffy, but I think that's. I wonder what the stewards will have to say for that. I'm not a steward though. I think his Adams is now pulled away now, so he'll get away from Leon Walsh. And Heron wants to go back on the track. Leon gives him the space. Quite a ding-dong battle between these three. But I think Connor must have went off at Schlossgold, and that's what cost him. I think what is happening here? Yeah, Thompson's catching up with this battle for the lead now. It's down to 2 seconds. And I think Mitchell was starting to creep up on Thompson and all.
Well, Piper had a poor lap on lap 7. He did a 36.1. And he dropped a little bit of time to Graham in the lead, but now the gap's closing right up because, you know, this being a power track, he kept in the slipstream, so the battle isn't over. And I think, yeah, it's not a bad lap. He's only 0.3 off his quickest, which is the overall fastest lap of the race. So the gap to John is being held at around about 2 seconds still. Looking further back, Mitchell, he's within the slip of John, so actually, and he did a 35.2 on that last lap, compared to Thompson doing a 35.5. So we talk about
he's
Johnson
definitely found something.
Mitchell's found something, yeah, and he's starting to close back in on John. And look at that,
he's done a 34.9.
Yeah.
2 laps to go. Can he get a podium finish then, Mitchell, on his debut race? As well as Thompson, this is his debut race at the championship, so them two are battling for the bottom step of the podium, as Piper nearly had a look on the inside there on the straightaway now on Graham. You look at the power of that Lexus on that straightaway. Who's going to be late on the brakes then going into turn 2 at Remus? Is it going to be Piper or Graham? Oh, it's going to be so close, and Graham gets to run off the corner.
That is mega defending from Graham. Just using the overspeed around the corner, even though his line was compromised. I said he's going defensive into Schlossgold. Piper has to try and make the move down the outside. Graham
will he go for the crisscross? Does Piper? Does he have an overlap? Not just yet. But now look at the gap with Piper and Thompson down to 1.5 seconds. As he has a look on the inside at Rauch. What was it again? Rauch. Side by side now, nearly. And again, it just seems that BMW gets good traction off the corner.
Yeah, I drive the Group 3 Lexus in another series, and I know that the Lexus suffers a little bit on traction compared to other cars. But Piper's getting the run in essentially into Rint. Don't know if there was a slight bump just before the braking zone, but no harm, no foul, and they're within. They're basically holding hands as we go on to the final lap of this race. We have Graham in the lead and Piper within 0.2 in second place, and then looking further back you have Thompson and Mitchell, who are also holding hands, fighting for the final step of the podium.
And then Clements has fallen way back there in 5th place, but still strong effort nonetheless for the WSR driver. McEwen leading the way in the mediums. He's still ahead of Adams has gone into 7th.
I just want to draw your attention further back to Walsh versus Heron. Battle for 9th place. That has been going on all race long, as Heron's going to look to the outside of Walsh into the braking zone. Walsh defense, but is Heron going to get the crisscross?
Oh, he put the power on too early, and that's just cost him. He hit the curb, put the power on, and then around went the back end. We'll have a look at a replay.
That is disastrous.
There we go, then. Just when Adams and Edwards there just clips too much curb, puts on the power, and then into the barrier goes Heron. Not an ideal start then for Connor Heron, who looked bright last season, but then sort of struggled then in the BMW when he was a replacement for for Milton. Meanwhile, back up front. Yeah, back up front then.
He's got to make the move. Final 2 corners come up. He's going side by side into Rint.
And also behind
Edwards
Thompson
defense.
and Mitchell are battling.
Edwards defense, but...
Oh, they're sideways, they're full on sideways. Both of them going into his last corner, but I think Keith and Graham's going to hold on. So Graham's going to win the first race of the season. Piper 2nd, Thompson 3rd, Mitchell 4th. 5th place is going to be Chris Clements there. Solid effort from him. And Liam McEwen, he would be so happy there to finish 6th position, because now he's got those medium tyres out the way. Rob Adams recovers to finish in 7th place. Lewis Edwards in 8th. Leon Welsh gets 9th. It's going to be a battle for 10th place, which is just won by Alex Austin. Then it's Thomas Welsh. Then it's Richie Massey, but in question because he started the race on the super softs and he started the race on mediums, which I think is a no-no in this championship. Heron, with that mistake, finishes in 13th place, and here comes poor little Rob Schauler coming across the line in 14th position on those medium tyres, but he's got that out of the way. He can do the next 2 races on those super softs. But that was a fun race there, Rascal.
Yeah, really enjoyed that. And that's only a third of the action, so I can't wait to see what we've got yet to come.
So there we go, then. Ethan Graham, winner of the first round, but Piper would get another point because he got, I believe he got the fastest lap. Let's have a look at the race results. This will be unconfirmed though, but there you go. Graham wins, then Piper. Yeah, Piper did get the fastest lap, so that's another championship point for him. Thompson, the debut in his championship, gets a 3rd place, as well as Mitchell. Clements in 5th, McEwen in 6th, Adams, Graham, Welsh, then Austin, then Walsh, Massey in 12th position, Heron in 13th, and Schauler down there in 14th and in last position. So then, we're getting ready then for race number 2. And so far...
So no break, right? It's just straight into the action.
Straight into the action for race number 2.
I mean, this is intense stuff. You know, you have a ding-dong battle, then suddenly you're straight back to square one. if you won the race, you've got to forget about it. You've got to just get on with the job at hand. I love it. Can't wait. Oh, it's sunny. It's sunshine.
It's sunshine, yeah, because it's later on in the day, so yeah.
I did need a bit of vitamin D, I gotta say. So I'm quite glad we get to see the beautiful blue skies.
Oh, just you wait until we see what is in the late light. I don't know if it'll be in night, I don't know, but there we go anyways. So looking then at Clements, 5th position, and now he's going to start this race on mediums, as well as Thompson, by the looks of it. So I'll write his name down there, that he's going to start on mediums. I'm wondering if that's a no-no in the stewards book there, that what happened to Richie Massey, because he qualified on super softs, but he started the race on mediums. Now, as far as I know, what you qualify is what you start in. So I think Massey could be in trouble after the first race.
I would imagine that it would just not count as a mediums race. Like, maybe that would be the penalty. He hasn't completely fulfilled the qualify on mediums, start the race on mediums criteria for that, and he, I guess, still needs to do one of those races. Otherwise, he was going to get possibly a disqualification for that. I'm not entirely sure. You might have to clarify that one for me. But
I think so. I don't know, but I mean, as far as I know, in all the races that we've done this, what you qualify on those tyres is what you race with. And like I says, what happened with But Massey, he qualified on super softs, but he started the race on mediums, which, like I says, I don't think it's allowed in the rules.
It must just be one of those things, you know. It's the first race of a new championship.
Yeah, no. He's a rookie into it, so hopefully someone will message him in the Facebook chat and say you can't do that. But you know, we'll see when it comes to next week, and then we'll let you know what was the implementations of Massey's thing at.
Sorry, can you say that word again, please?
There was a long word. I'm thinking of long words. Implications. That's the word. What did I say? Implementation, something like that.
I mean, whatever it was, it wasn't the word.
No, but it was horrible. Oh dear me.
It was a proper savvyism.
Right, so, then I'm just having a look then. Thomas Walsh, second race in the car, did alright then in those mediums, finishing in 11th, had a ding-dong battle with Austin and Massey, and also Heron too after that mistake from his teammate.
I just want to comment on something that I think I saw from the last race. So I think, so Liam, I think, was the first finisher on the medium tyres.
Yeah, he was.
Place. So,
yeah, in sixth place.
My Galaxy Brain prediction of Edwards doing well on, you know, he actually came in 8th place, but he didn't. He wasn't the first of the medium runners, so that was a surprise to me. And you know, maybe he's got to bounce back clearly in this race if he wants to challenge for, or if he wants to, you know, start his challenge properly. Because 8th is, if I want to win a championship, 8th is not where you want to start.
Oh no, he won't start. Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's the first race.
What I'm saying is, results like 8th place don't win you championships. It's wins that win you championships. So he's gonna want to win this one for sure.
I was thinking consistency. Well, I don't know. It just depends, really. But I mean, to be fair though, Graham's got rid of. Lewis has got rid of the worst tyre now, so he's got the next 2 races on those super softs, and he could win some. So there you go.
I just want to. I think someone in chat. So I believe McEwen in chat has said that he has trouble with the tyres.
Who was? What, McEwen?
So is Thompson and Adams. So they're all having trouble with the tyres at the moment. They must be the ones on mediums for this particular race.
Well, not McEwen, because he started the first race on mediums. So they're going to go to softs now.
So maybe he's having trouble on the soft tyre. That would be interesting.
Or maybe he's just taking a mickey. Anyway, we'll find out then. Second qualifier. And it looks like Clements, I've got Clements on there. Looks like Heron is going to start on medium, so there we go. And Leon is going to start on. Go on.
I'm interested to see what McEwen does in this race, because he was the first of the medium runners from that last race, finishing in 6th place. Maybe he can, you know, move to the soft tyre and challenge for the win in this one.
Just looking actually on McEwen right now, battling with Mitchell and Leon, the 2 Eurotech racing drivers. And just further behind is Thompson to his teammates. So again, teammates are going to work together.
I'm not sure it's battling if it's qualifying and they're on an out lap. And being behind is advantageous because you get slipstream. Like, I don't think it works like that.
Well, mind you, to be fair though, Piper was all over the back of McEwen, even though McEwen was on the slower tyre, and it got Piper onto the pole position, so you never know,
Well, yeah, but true, but that was on a lap. And that was... I don't know. Forget I said anything.
So, looking then at the guy who's second place, and that is Piper, who is currently sitting on 19 points and second in the championship, and he is going to start on medium tyres. So let's see, what is I'm missing Adams. Is Adams on medium tyres? Yes, he is. So it looks like all of the 14 drivers are going to do their medium tyres after the first 2 races, so it's just going to be a super softs for the 3rd race. That's going to be exciting.
Yeah, you don't want to be the only one running mediums.
Oh,
in
someone
a
is
race.
off. Oh, and it's Graham, the race 1 winner, having a moment off of turn 7 now. Sorry there. Yeah, Graham having a moment off of turn 7, lost the car. The race 1 winner, championship leader, having a bit of a moment there, and he's lost the slipstream. So this is going to be quite a tough qualifier now for Graham, and he's on those mediums.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what he can do without the tow. Sometimes, most of the time, tow is good, but if a car is slow ahead of you, it can be a massive distraction. So maybe it's actually going to be a good thing for him to just knuckle down by himself and focus on hitting his marks. You know, carrying good speed into corners and taking his ideal lines as he goes up into Remus. And he runs a bit deep, actually. So maybe he's used to those super soft tyres, giving a bit more grip, and being able to brake later.
Look at his teammate then, Edwards, making his way through Worth Curve and now on to the little short straightaway going in towards Rent Curve.
Yeah, using a lot of the track on entry and a lot of the apex curbs, and he's now rounded the final corner Red Bull Mobile. This is looking to be quite a quick lap, probably a 34. Yeah,
34.9, only 4 tenths slower than Piper's time in qualifying, so that will definitely improve. Heron goes second, Mitchell goes second now. Who was that then? Welsh goes a 37.6, so he's made a mistake then. McEwen goes second. Schauler's gone fourth, but now has been beaten by Thomas Walsh in the Honda, in the Yuasa Racing Hyundai. So that's a good qualifying from Welsh.
And that was without slipstream as well. As someone spins in the background, and that is who's Groot?
That's Schauler then.
Yeah.
Schauler.
So he must have had a massive moment off of the exit of turn 1.
And there's yellow flags again, so someone's gone off at turn 2. Who could that be?
It's Clemens.
It's Clemens. He stopped.
He's just sitting there. Yeah.
I think he's done for qualifying. So I think Clemens has stopped. So his qualified is done. Oh, these other guys will do at least one more lap in. See if they can improve the time set by Edwards there, but for 34.9, which we have seen being beaten, but he is purple. After the second sector, he will go at least a quarter of a second quicker than his last lap. Surprised to see Thomas Walsh though up there in second place. That must have been a really good effort there from Thomas. And he's only half a tenth quicker than McEwen in third, and then you got Mitchell in fourth, who's battling with Heron, Thomas's teammate.
Yeah, that's not an ideal for qualifying for Clemens, because he's all the way down in 10th, and then to have his, on his second lap, to stop on the exit of the corner.
Edwards improves. Edwards improves up to fourth position. Mitchell, even though he was battling with Heron, goes second quickest. Leon Welsh improves to 37.1.
Graham goes even quicker, so he's now over half a second clear of Mitchell in second.
And Austin goes second, and only a quarter of a tenth slower than Edwards' time there. So Austin has put his Sisley Racing Hyundai onto the front row, and Graham has actually done very well there with no slip at all. Gets into 8th position. That's a great lap.
How did he do in the first race? Because I don't remember seeing much of Austin in race 1.
Austin finished 10th. He finished 10th on the medium tyres. He was battling with Thomas Walsh and Massey and Heron. That was it. Just trying to think back then.
So he had a nice quiet. I say nice quiet race. You never want that if you're in 10th place. He had a bit of a quiet one in race 1, and now he's saying, right, I'm on the faster time. I'm going to show you what I can do. And front row start for him.
Indeed.
The
and
inside for turn. Yeah. The inside for turn 1. So,
I don't think he's going to lead going into turn. I don't think he will lead going into turn 1 because the BMWs are so good off the line with the rear wheel drive. But nonetheless, still great effort there from Alex Austin and doing the Northeast proud. Don't want to be biased or anything, but he's from the Northeast, same as me, so yeah. He gave me a lot of love when he won the Brands Hatch race last season, and I was saying, get in there, do it for the Northeast, and then, you know, he showed me a lot of love for doing that, so go on, Alex.
What surprised me is that Liam, who finished ahead of Edwards in that first race on the same
down
tyre,
in fifth.
He's 6/10 behind pole time, so that's not really where he wants to be. And well, maybe I think his qualifying was a bit. He got held up on a couple of laps, so let's see if he can have a better race.
So there's how the starting grid looks then. It is Edwards the champion, then Austin, Mitchell, Thomas Walsh, McEwen, Schauler, Massey, then Graham, then Piper, Heron, Clements in 11th, Thompson, Adams and Walsh. That completes the 14-car field for race 2 as the engine notes rise and we're getting ready for the second race and underway, and away we go. And as always, the BMW gets off the line absolutely quick, and now as the field make their way towards turn 1, going to be 3 abreast here. Mitchell gets a good start, he's going to go into second place. Now they can, nearly bit of contact there. Massey one's a little wide off of Nicky Lauda, but it is the champion that gets off to a flyer.
Yeah, that's exactly the start that he wanted. There we go. So he leads the field going into what's this one called again?
Remus, yeah.
And but Mitchell's right on it. Mitchell's right on the rear of him. And he's going to get a nice slingshot. Is Edwards going to defend into Schlossgott? He is taking the inside line, but kind of squeezing Mitchell to take as much of the track as possible, and then meanwhile behind the pack is kind of sussing, and someone's gone off in the background. Two cars have gone off, I think. Piper and I think that was Clements, I believe it was too. Yes, indeed it was. So contact between Piper and Clements. Let's have a look at a replay. So Piper lost the rear going into towards Schlossgold and then gets into the grass. And then he gets tagged there with Clements by Thompson. So it was really a sort of like a domino effect, I reckon. I want to see if I can get another replay of that, actually. I think I might be a bit too late. Yeah, unfortunately I did. That's really not ideal for either of them. Piper, who was second in that first race. Clements, who I don't think he had a very good first race. So he wants a bit more redemption. Clements
finished 5th in the first race, so yeah. Also, just to reiterate what I was saying, just to reiterate on what I was saying, is that a right word? Reiterate? Is that
that's good.
Okay then. I was saying that everyone is going to start the race on the Super Softs. I forgot Luke Mitchell is still racing the second race on the Super Softs, so therefore he's got a race on the mediums for the third race as he's challenging Edwards, nearly sliding his way towards turn 2. Nice clip in the cab there from Edwards.
I'm a bit confused because Clemens messaged in the YouTube chat evening all, but he's on track. Is that why he's down in 14th place? Because he's commenting in the YouTube.
Did he comment the now?
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Now So he's in last place, commenting on the YouTube. Clemens, I want you to focus on the racing. You know, you're only a second behind Piper. Let's focus on the real issue here. They might want to work together to actually catch the pack up, because if they start fighting, then they're going to lose more time to everybody else. Meanwhile, up front, it's still Edwards with half a second to Mitchell. But then I'm so sorry to whoever Speech is.
That's Austin. That's Alex Austin.
I'm sorry, Austin. He's doing a great job up in third place.
And he's just set the fastest lap.
Yeah. Slipstream assisted, but still, that is very nice as he runs quite wide at Nicky Lauda, but I don't think track limits are on, so do what you like.
On board then with on board with McEwen, sitting in 6th position, tucked up right into the back of the Lexus, the MG racing car of Schauler. Is going to make a move to the inside of turn 2, nearly bumping and leading, clips along the cab, nearly loses the rear end, but he's up into 5th position and he's took Massey with him. But Massey's trying to do a pass in the grass.
I into Remus, I thought that Shaula made a really late defensive move there.
Oh,
as
free!
They're 3 wide.
3 into 1 doesn't go into Schlossgold, and Massey makes it work somehow.
That's actually quite a brilliant move from Massey. I thought that was on the edge, but he got his car stopped on the apex. As I don't think McEwen liked it at all. He's looking to get back past Massey, looking up the inside into Wood. Didn't quite make it stick. Now, is he going to get the run into Rint curve?
It looked like McEwen was like a spot, and Massey and Shaula were like the fingers, and they were just squeezing McEwen going in towards Schlossgold there. So I don't know if McEwen would have really liked that. Meanwhile, I just see there Graham in the background running a bit wide. He's checked out. He's checked out.
1.6 seconds over Mitchell.
Austin to the inside. No. Oh, Mitchell's gone very wide.
It sounded to me like Mitchell got tagged a little bit because his tyres were sliding.
Here's a look at a replay.
So he settles back into second there.
Yeah, he did get a little help.
Goes defensive from Austin into Remus. So this is a nice battle for between second, third, and fourth. As behind,
Massey's gone off very wide.
Oh, and that is really aggressive defending there from Root.
Having a look on the inside. So he just got into him. He just drove into Massey, and through with McEwen and all. So they're having a bit of a ding dong for 5th place there.
Yeah.
So we've got Edwards pulling away. We've got a battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. You've got a battle here, and I think Massey's looks like he's losing a bit of ground there.
Oh, Clemens. He's dropped off 10 seconds off the back of Piper. Did he comment? He didn't comment on the YouTube again. I don't know if he was distracted or went off or whatever, but that's his race pretty much over. So yeah, didn't take my advice, unfortunately.
He'll watch back on stream. He will watch back on this stream later on in the week, and he'll say, I probably won't do that. Anyway, Thomas Walsh has gone into 2nd place on the inside of Nicky Lauda, and I think Thomas is on course for his best ever finish in the touring cars here.
Austin's
and he's bringing Austin with him.
So Austin, Walsh is going to defend the inside going into Remus, but Austin's got that overspeed. He's looking to the outside.
Ooh.
Who's going to brake later? Oh, it's Walsh. Does he go deep? No, he makes the apex really nicely. Gets a bit squirrely because of the bump there. And Austin is... they are holding hands.
Yeah, there's definitely no social distancing between them. Look at that. Halfa Juwasa, Wicks Racing and Eurotech battling for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And I mean, Shaula too in the MG racing. He's not too far back, 1.6 a dread.
And Austin gets a really nice run off of the exit of Schlossgold. And
he's going around the outside of Thomas, and he tries to lead him off, and he's through. Oh no, he's in the gravel, puts 2 wheels on there, but he holds on to 2nd.
I think that was a bit naughty from Walsh because Austin definitely, that should have been Austin's corner. He was more than far enough ahead as Mitchell is going to pass the pair of them. He's got the inside.
Oh, and Thomas is going for 3 abreast nearly. No, he's not.
That would have been crazy if he'd gone for that. Mitchell runs a bit wide. That's going to allow Austin to have the inside for Red Bull Mobile.
Oh, and Austin's back through.
These guys are shuffling around more than dealer at a casino right now. And Walsh is going to have the inside on Mitchell going into Nicky Lauda. And is he going to make the move? Yeah.
He's gone into 3rd position. He's through.
Slowed down right at the apex to make the corner though.
And now Shaula's into this battle now. Austin looks like he's sort of checked out now. Well, so now Shaula's into this battle.
So Walsh slowing down allowed Adams to get through, and look at that.
Look at Shaula, he's going to go in the middle!
Outside there.
He's trying to go through the middle!
Walsh just bumped him off. That was elbows out defending from Walsh, keeping that final spot on the podium, but now this is a 5-car scrap for the bottom step of the podium between Walsh, Shaula, Mitchell, Massey, and McEwen.
And he's up to 6th now, McEwen.
Yeah.
Oh, is he? Because he's going to have the outside for Rauk. I'm going to have a problem with that name.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great. Massey manages to hold position really nicely there. There's nothing much that McEwen can do to fight it.
Also, one thing
they're
to
all on soft tires.
Yeah,
soft tires.
Yeah, Graham's the next the guy on the mediums. Just also one thing to mention here too, as Thomas is going defensive on the straightaway in towards Rintcav, is you got all 7 of the teams are in the top 7. You got 7 different teams in the top 7. That's just a bit of a fact
madness. Look at
this.
Look at this one.
Oh wow! Look at that! Look at Thomas. He's getting all racy. Oh my goodness!
Are they going to go? Double file into turn 1 here.
Let's ride on board with McEwen. He's got the best seat in the house here. Look at this.
Schauler manages a great overtake for 3rd place on Walsh, and now Walsh is going to be a bit of a sitting duck for Mitchell. Is Massey also going to get the run on them?
Mitchell in NASCAR terms, he's going to be clotheslined. He's going to be hung out to dry on that outside line.
Oh, they're 3 wide.
Oh, they're 3 abreast. Oh my goodness me, Massey's just forced his way through this contact. Jesus Christ, you're going to give me a heart attack here, lads. Come on. Massey's gained 2 spots. He's up into 4th position. Austin's checked out. Edwards is checked out, and it's just anyone's guess now for 3rd position now, led by Schauler, as Mitchell runs Schlossgold a little wide, and he hits the gravel trap, and so too does McEwen! McEwen hits it too! Well, that's McEwen out of the equation. It's a 4-car battle now for the bottom step.
Or McEwen is gonna fall into the clutches of Graham.
Ethan Graham, yeah.
Graham, and Graham on the medium tyre, but McEwen on the dirty super softs after running into the gravel. Is Graham going to get the run into Rint Curve? I think he just settles in behind that little tap. He says, I'm here to follow you. Go on, McEwen, catch up to the back of the pack. As he runs he takes a nice, generous line, shall we say, through Red Bull Mobile. And I just going back to there's a battle for 4th place, and Massey gets it all wrong. Tries to
Thomas
door on Walsh, but Walsh has got the overspeed.
I thought he was going for the side draft.
There's a bit of grinding going on there as
Thomas getting really aggressive there. He just Thomas, I've never seen Thomas Rose being this aggressive before. Holy moly!
Massey's got a really nice run.
He's block him into the grass. I love it. This is what I love BTCC for. Holy moly! Oh, Jenny, you're missing out here, son.
Massey's trying to go around the outside of Schlossgold. He's trying to do an Alex Albon on Lewis Hamilton, and it was that close to repeating what we saw in the F1 last year.
Yeah, indeed it was.
Walsh taking a very, very aggressive line, but just about leaving that car.
I thought Massey had an overlap. But no, he didn't. Thomas holds on to it. We have to apologise for the guys further back. Let's have a look at them, because we've not seen a lot of them. So Adams is sitting in 9th position, Heron in 10th. Then in 11th place, you've got Leon Walsh, battling with Thompson. Don't forget, these guys are all on medium tyres from 8th place on back.
We were talking about Thompson in the last race, so I think he'll forgive us for focusing on the action further up front for the time being. He's in 12th place, but he's all over the back of Leon Walsh.
Oh my God, now Thomason and Massey at it again. In towards Nicky Lauda, and Massey's gone through. This battle was not going to be over, I can promise you that. And I think Mitchell's going to catch up with him too. With 2 laps to go.
Second, so he's in the slipstream. So there's a second separating 4th through to 6th. And is Walsh going to go for the dive into Schlossgold?
Oh, they've been a bit argy-bargy, these two. I wouldn't surprise if there would be more contact. But now Mitchell's asserted himself into this battle now because of the slipstream. You can see further ahead there, Austin and Schauler have both checked out. It's really this battle for 4th place that's on hand here. Further back though, McEwen and Graham, and I think that's Adams too.
The outside of Massey.
He's got it, hasn't he? He's got it. If he can hold it.
There was a bit of contact on the exit. Massey.
If he can hold it, if he can hold side by side with Massey, he's got the inside for turn 5. Here he goes. And will he shut the door? Will he close Richie up here? He's trying! Oh, yeah, Jesus.
I don't know if Mitchell helps Walsh a little bit. Like, just give him a little nudge. Say, here you go, overtake. I want to.
Massey's come back through.
I want to go past with you.
This is only just race 2, and again cuts across now to the inside for Rintkerv, side by side. He's got that 4th position, but Richie's got the speed off the corner. Now into Red Bull, more bumping and leading, and Thomas is finally through.
Mitchell's got the run. Mitchell's got the run on Massey, and he's got the inside line, but Massey's going to have the slipstream of Walsh. So you see the BMW just starting to eke out ahead.
Yeah.
And Mitchell already backed out.
Massey's gone wide. Massey's gone quite a bit wide. Mitchell didn't really capitalise on it.
Yeah, I'm surprised by Mitchell here. He's not being that aggressive, to be honest. It's the final lap of the race, mate. You want the 4th place or not?
Meanwhile,
he's backed out of that.
Meanwhile, Leon Walsh is down to 13th place. I wonder what happened here. So they're going into what's Nicky Lauda, battling with Thompson. This is about also for the medium tyres, and Leon just outbrakes himself heavily at Nicky Lauda, and he's going to lose 11th place. He's going to lose 12th place to Piper, who had that moment back on the first lap. So Piper now into 12th position. So it's a decent recovery this from Piper.
Oh, this side by side between, and Mitchell's finally through on Massey into.
Oh, he's run wide. He's run wide at Ralph.
Yeah. And now Massey's gonna try and get the cutback into Vodka, and he's got the job done. But is Mitchell gonna think? You know, it's the last lap of the race. Is he gonna think about a dive going into Rint?
Or maybe Red Bull. But anyway, we're going to have a look up front then. The champion wins race 2. There's Alex Austin. He won the final round.
5.7 seconds.
Yeah, that's absolutely dominating there. So solid effort there from Austin.
Bow, son. Wow.
Then Schauler, Thomas Walsh there. What a drive from Thomas to get that 4th position. Massey holds on to 5th. Mitchell 6th. McEwen 7th. 8th for Ethan Graham. Rob Adams comes across the line in 9th position. Connor Herring gets a top 10. Then it is Thompson. Piper with that mistake on the first lap. Likes to go in the grass there. Then Leon Walsh, and then we just wait for poor Chris Clements there. Likes to comment. Well, he's had moments there, sliding his way through Red Bull. And he will cross the line there in last position. But my oh my, what a race 2 that was. But especially with the battle with Thomas Walsh and Richie Massey and Mitchell. What a fight that was for 4th place.
If the first race was a slow simmer, this one definitely hit boiling point and boiled over on a couple of occasions. The fisticuffs were out for sure.
Just you wait for race 3, because I think there'll be unfinished business between them 3.
I think a couple of the drivers are making they're making some new friends with each other, shall we say? Yeah. I'm excited for race 3, but I need a moment because that was.
So do I. I need juice.
That was a bit intense.
I've found out a juice here. Holy moly. Anyways, then here's the unofficial results then for race 2. Edwards, the defending champion, wins the 2nd race in convincing fashion. 5.6 over Alex Austin, who actually had the fast lap though too. Did Alex Schauler in 3rd, and then Thomas Walsh, that titanic battle for 4th place. He wins it. Then it's Massey, then Mitchell, McEwen, Ethan Graham, 8th place, where he qualified, where he finished with. But I mean, that's a solid effort for him, and also the first to finish on the mediums. Then you've got Adams, Heron, Thompson, Piper, Leon, and Chris Clements rounding out the field. And now it's time for race 3.
I need another moment. I just want to say congratulations to Edwards. We didn't really show him much on stream, but that's because he was in a different race, to be honest. He was just battling himself, and yeah, 5.7 seconds in a 10-lap race is that's a large margin. So yeah, fair play to him, and we'll see if anyone can take the fight to him in the final race. Everyone's got their mediums out of the way, we believe. Except for Mitchell.
So, Mitchell's got he's the only one that's starting on mediums now.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to race on mediums all by myself though.
No. No.
Because if as soon as you lose the pack, you're just gonna.
Oh.
It's just bye bye.
We have seen the mediums has worked before, you know, with McEwen in the first race. Where did he finish again? 6th in the first race, but I mean he was in the battle. And
he finished 6th in the first. It's funny because on mediums, I think he finished in 6th place, and on super softs, he finished in 7th or 8th.
In 7th, yeah.
So are the mediums the better tyre?
Well, maybe the man's just more better to the mediums.
You know, before the race, he did say that he was having trouble with those tyres. So, you know, I'm just saying. Maybe he prefers the mediums. We know that. I think Edwards definitely prefers the super softs because he was untouchable in that race.
Yeah.
I've said it a couple of times, but yeah, wow. Just.
I mean, that margin of gap there in terms of BTCC, that is a massive gap. Not in endurance racing, but when it comes to touring car racing, that's a huge gap. That winning difference.
Yeah, you can see why he's the defending champion. That he was. You know, to borrow a phrase from you, he was stamping his authority. Really impressive stuff.
Just looking then here at Clements, 5th in the first race, 14th in the second race. Obviously, a bit unfortunate what happened to him. I also think back to what happened to Brands Hatch last season, how he was probably the most unluckiest man in that race because he got collecting 3 incidents and all of them he was a victim. But now he's back on the super soft, so I want to see what he can do, if he can repeat the feat of finishing in 5th position or maybe go a little bit higher. We'll find out. But I tell you what, that WSR living, that's my favourite one.
Given the action that we saw in race 2, I actually don't know how we can get more than that. I have no idea because it was just from start to finish. You know, you had handbags all over the field. I think a lot of drivers might have, you know, had disappointing performances in, you know, the first couple of races. They're going to be trying extra hard to make sure that they end their night.
Oh yes, definitely. Normally race 3, this is when they get their elbows out. This is when it gets wholeheartedly aggressive. For sure.
Well, see, that's the thing. They were aggressive in race 2. Where do they go from here?
I think it's going to be more of a demolition derby, I reckon.
I'm a bit worried that we're not playing Gran Turismo, but we're going to see some wreckfest.
Oh, for sure. So. Oh, yes. For sure. I mean, fair play though to Thomas, because he definitely put on a show with his style of racing. I've never seen that before from Thomas, and I mean, I would reckon he's a veteran in this, but he did some. Oh, Austin just having a bit of fun. Yeah, I've never seen Thomas drive like that before. So here we go then, the last qualifier of the night. And it's only Mitchell on those mediums, all the rest are on super softs. And it looks like it's going to be one of the Eurotech racing cars to come out. That might be either Mitchell or Leon. We'll find out. It is Leon that is out first. So he's going to lead the way, followed by Graham, Clements. Then who's that behind Clements? Let's ride on board with him a little bit. That is Thompson, the replacement. Done alright is Thompson, for the 3rd in the first race and 11th in the second race, but that was on the mediums. So he's back on the super sauce. And there's his teammate McEwen right behind him too. Both of the Power Max boys working together. And also
Piper is right behind behind Edwards. He knows exactly who to follow in this one.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Although I don't think he's in the slipstream of Edwards.
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. He needs to get a bit closer. You need to be within three quarters of a second, Piper. That's where it becomes activated. As Edwards runs that's quite wide.
That's going to put him into the slipstream now. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's pretty close, I reckon. Oh, but he's slowing down a little bit.
Yeah, but so's Edwards. I would definitely go a bit closer to Edwards, though. Like, if I were Piper.
And also, what is Mitchell? What about Mitchell? Because now he's behind Piper, and as I said, he's the only one starting on the mediums. So we'll see how Mitchell will do if he's still tucked into the slipstream of Piper just ahead. Anyway, so they're all doing their flying laps now.
Thomas Walsh is behind Mitchell on super softs, and he's not far behind as they start the lap. I mean, this is not going to be ideal for Walsh. He's going to probably try and make a move on this lap. I know that I would if I were Walsh.
I think Mitchell's backed out. Mitchell backed out.
I mean, fair play to Mitchell, but he didn't have to do that. That's on Walsh to find the right spaces. I saw Piper ran quite wide on the exit of Remus.
Meanwhile, there's Mitchell's teammate Leon Welsh leading the field. He's got to be the first one to complete a flying lap with 2 minutes and 20 left on the clock. Let's see what he can do there. Leon making his return back into this championship. Unfortunately, got relegated a couple of seasons ago, or I think it was like last season. Followed behind there is Clements. And then Thompson, like I said, has been a good replacement for Ashard. We're going to be seeing Ashard in race 3. I don't think he's going to be racing next week. I don't know if Thompson's going to be behind the wheel for round 2 next week, or if it's going to be Jake Hill. We'll have to find that out next week. So
the first person who's going to set their time now is Leon Walsh, and he's run quite wide on Red Bull Mobile. He's set to high
35.9, so okay.
That's good.
He's gone down to 4th.
5th now.
5th, 6th now. 7th.
As you have the teammates of Edwards, the teammates of Edwards and Graham.
Yellow flags. Clements has gone off.
The teammates of Edwards and Graham separated by 0.06 of a second between the top 2. But I'm seeing here that Edwards is purple by 0.2 Graham is purple by 0.2 in the first sector. He's right on the gearbox of McEwen, who's himself in 3rd place, and he's got the slip of John just up ahead as they all make their way into Schlossgold now.
Mitchell's just went wide there, just cutting back there. Mitchell, I don't think Mitchell's done a full lap in there. What happened to Thomas Walsh? Where's he qualified in now? He's down there in 10th position. But also, look how close that is there. Piper in 11th. So that's not good there for the post-sitter in race 1 and 2nd in the first race. So Piper not doing that well.
What? It showed that he was purple through the first sector.
He's now blue, so he's lost time.
He's now blue. But I don't know how quick. Maybe his final sector was where he went wrong on that previous lap. But he's really dropped off the back of Edwards as they all come round for the to finish qualifying here. Is anyone going to improve?
Yes. Edwards does improve to a 34.5. Piper goes into 4th. So, no hurry there for Piper.
Well,
there as Massey goes 4th.
That's a satisfying time from Piper, a 35 dead.
And Austin doesn't improve, so he will stay in 8th. Thompson down to 9th, but look how close that is in qualifying. Holy moly. A second there, separating 1st to 12th position. And Leon is on yet another lap, as well as McEwen and Thompson. So McEwen can actually take this pole position here if he can get these next 2 corners right, and if the fact that Leon doesn't hold him up. Let's see what he's like at Schlossgold. These are the only 3 that are doing their lap times yet. So Leon in 12th, McEwen in 3rd, and Thompson in 9th. And they're just making their way in towards the 2nd sector. And what are these 3 going to be doing here?
So you have the Max teammates lying astern.
The Power Max boys there. Yep.
McEwen giving a nice tow to his teammate, who I think needs it because John is all the way down, and Thompson's all the way down in 9th position at the moment. So he's going to look to improve his starting position in the final race. As he runs, Thompson runs really wide on the exit.
No, that's going to hurt it. That's definitely going to hurt it. Does Walsh improve? No, none of them improve. So there you go. The qualifier has ended, and it is Edwards with a second pole position for him. And now it's time for the final race of the night. So this is how the starting grid looks like then. It is a Motorbase Performance front row with Edwards and Graham. McEwen third, Massey fourth, Piper, Walsh, Schauler, Austin, Thompson, Adams, Heron, Welsh, Clements and Mitchell rounding out the field. And here we go then, the final race of the night. It's been a thoroughly entertaining racing to say the least, especially race 2. Can race 3 do it?
It's the 2 race winners on the front row, I think.
It is, yeah. Here we go then, lights out and away we go for the last round of the day. And again, Edwards leads the field then, and Graham trying to protect it there. But look at Massey's already gone into third position. It's a BMW 1, 2 and 3 at the moment. Now he's past McEwen. So Massey's improved his qualifying slot, and then in full position on back side by side.
Edwards is already over a second ahead of second place, so I don't know if he's already checked out, but that is ominous, as we're seeing Graham here trying to defend from the entire pack going into, and it's that Massey going really wide at Remus. I don't know if he's dropping down a couple of positions,
he's lost third position anyways,
ahead of Walsh. Is that Massey versus Walsh yet again? Are they going to go 3 wide?
I've got the wrong camera angle.
Walsh got squeezed.
Oh, Schauler.
And Schauler manages to pass the pair of them. But Massey's got the inside for Remus. And so he's going to retake that position away from Schauler. Then he's got the inside for Vort as well. Is Adams going to make a move on Walsh? No, Walsh is going to make a move on...
He's going to make a move on Schauler, yeah. Sorry, that's Worth Curve, sorry.
And that was an aggressive pass. There was a bit
watch
of
out for Thompson.
There.
Watch out for Thompson. He's got the inside. They're bumping and barging each other on the straightaway. Look at Thompson. 3-1 nearly never went then.
Oh, wow.
Austin running a little wide off Red Bull.
Oh my god, they're going by 3s from 8th downwards. Oh, now they're going by 2s. So
it's definitely Noah's Ark. They're going 2 by 2 by 2, going into the first corner, and that's Thomas going a little bit wide.
What? Spiech missed his break. He missed his braking point, and he hit both Clemens and Walsh into Niki Lauda. Clemens has now got he's got the inside on Walsh, but
wow, look at Walsh, they're turning sharp left there and going in towards turn 2 at Rebus. And has he got the position? No, he doesn't.
Clemens keeps it. So that's good driving from Clemens to keep 8th position. But the fight for that is not over just yet, as Piper's looking down on the outside of McEwen for the final spot on the podium, and he's got the run.
He does.
Piper on the outside, and does McEwen back out?
No, he's got it done, I think. No, he's got it. He's through. He's through. Lovely pass there from Piper. So up into 3rd position. What's also more important, though, is Piper's got his teammate Schauler just behind him there in 5th position too, and Massey's there just to pick up the pieces if there's anything.
Graham has caught up with Edwards. I know they're teammates, but we've seen teammates fight before. You know, they're within... Edwards is... I don't know, he's going to be sweating a bit because I think his teammate is... You know, he's also won a race tonight, so he's going to be feeling confident. And he's not going to be a Bottas and take this lying down. He's going to try and go for the win.
Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be any team orders in there. They were Team Parker Racing teammates last season when Edwards got to the championship. In fact, his teammate there also was Ethan Graham, and them two were battling for the championship coming into the final round, and it was Ethan that backed out of it.
Is Graham going to make a move on the inside? No, he tucks in behind. I'm surprised by that. I mean, maybe they're just going to wait for the final lap to really... Because I guess at this stage of the race,
I wonder.
All that matters is that you're ahead of the pack at this point. It doesn't matter if you're just behind somebody.
I'm wondering.
So maybe they're just gonna let the battle be on later. Sorry, Savvy.
Yeah, I was about to say. I wonder if them two are gonna work together, pull up a sizable gap away from Piper that's sitting in 3rd position, and then go all have at it in the last 2 or so-ish laps.
McEwen's lost his position.
Yeah, Charlotte's up into 4th position. So we've got teammates running 1 and 2, teammates running 3 and 4 now. And then you've got teammates running 5 and 8, with the power max being McEwen and Thompson.
Oh, and Thompson's got the run on Walsh on the exit of Vort Curve, but he's on the outside for Rins.
He's going to get a bit of help there, maybe from Clements there. Thomas.
Is he going to try and stick it?
No, he's not. Oh, Clements with a little touchdown. There's Austin too. Bit of a domino effect there, making contact.
Yeah, massive domino effect, and Walsh, he's
going up against the pit wall again. Here we go again. This is like race 2 with Thomas Walsh.
I think Walsh won't be happy with Thompson, but it wasn't
where's Thomas gone? Thomas has gone way wide off of Nicky Loudon. He's lost the spot now to Thompson. So Thompson now into 7th.
I wonder if Walsh isn't happy with Thompson, because he did get bumped off at Red Bull Mobile. I don't know if we're going to see a dive bomb here going into. Ooh. I thought we were going to see a dive going into that corner, but there was definitely a domino effect. Yeah,
I was going to say that wasn't Thompson's fault, because he got hit there from the back from Clements, and Austin hit the back of Clements. So, yeah, like I says, there was a domino effect there. But anyway, they're side by side again. Oh, careful!
Thompson holds the inside, and
nice.
And he left space on the outside there, just about a car's width. So nice, clean defense there from Thompson into Schlossgold, and now they're going through the more technical section of the track in Rauch and Wurtkurve.
Just see this battle here for 11th place. Sorry, the battle for 11th. Adams followed by Hedden, and then you've got the 2 Eurotech boys sitting in 13th and 14th respectively, as Adams trying to defend that 11th place on Hedden, going in towards Rintkerv, and now onto the Red Bull. Last quarter, turn 9, and Adams just holds on, but looks like Hedden might have a run on the start-finish straight, as he's all over the back at the Sisti Motorsports high and dry. Now he's going to dive out to the inside.
Pulls out of the slips.
And is that a position change there? It looks like there is a little bit. But
Adams kept speed off the corner, and Heron's going to lose out of position to
he did to Leon. Yeah.
So that's opportunistic from Leon, and he's going to get the run on Adams too. Adams goes defensive into Remus. There's a bit of bumping there.
Yeah, there's contact. And Hedden as well. Hedden wants a piece of that.
And Mitchell's behind all of this. I don't know if he's going to sense an opportunity. He's just waiting for an opening to go past all of them. Just looking further up, you have
Leon.
7th through to 10th. They're not separated by much, and in fact, 10th place. I'm so sorry to speech.
That's Austin.
This time I've forgotten. Austin.
Yeah.
Austin, he was thinking about making a move on Clemens, but backed out of it. But that battle's far from over, and he can see 7th base Thompson not too far ahead of his in the distance.
I think there's going to be a battle maybe for 5th position here, yeah, because McEwen is starting to lose ground on the Schauler just ahead, and Massey's still there in that 6th position, Thompson in 7th, and then Walsh in 8th. As I said, McEwen goes a little bit quicker on this last lap, that previous lap. So we're down to the second half of this race, and it is still Motorbase 1, 2, and it's MG Racing 3 and 4.
I'm a bit surprised that we've not seen anything boil over just yet.
No, I'm surprised.
We have half the race to go. So
Austin.
The teammates in the lead haven't battled yet completely.
And Austin gets a nice hits the back of Clements' back door, and they're really nice and hard.
Side by side between Thompson and Walsh. Walsh ahead going into the braking zone of Schlossgold, but Thompson with the inside, and he just about keeps position. This is really good defending from Thompson, holding that 7th place from Walsh. Is Walsh going to make a move into Valky is.
Oh, there's contact. There was contact. And Thompson just keeps it on the green stuff. And yeah, that's going to compromise him through Worth curve. And now Thomas, has he got the position now? Has he got 7th place? He does. And then cuts right in front. And
yeah, he really wanted to take that inside line.
Yeah. Further behind though, Clements and Austin are battling again.
It was a bit of an aggressive move by Walsh. I'm not sure that he had the right to put his car there, but I mean, it's touring cars. He made the move work.
What'd you expect?
And I have no idea what to expect, to be honest. This is the first race of the championship, first time commentating on this series, and I've just been impressed by the aggression of the drivers in this series. I think McEwen is right on the gearbox, and he's pulled out this about for 5th place.
Oh yeah,
and he's got the job done, I think, on Massey.
No, I think that was a defence there. McEwen was still holding on to that 5th position.
I'm pretty sure that he was behind, so maybe Massey got past McEwen, but yeah, McEwen for whatever, he's back into 5th place.
So Massey still holds on to 6th position, Thomas still in 7th, then Thompson, and then Austin is finally found away by Clements, although Clements hits the killy leather off of Schlossgold, or turn 4. So he's going to lose ground on there. So now Austin has now freed himself from that battle and now trying to concentrate on the guys ahead, that is Thompson and Thomas. Then in 11th position you've got Connor Hedden, then Adams. Bit of a struggle here for Adams in this race. He was a championship contender last season when he was driving the Laser Tools Mazda. Now he's made the transition to the Hyundai. It's not really worked out for Rob just yet though, but you know, if there's a time to drop points, it's the early rounds of the championship, as he nearly gets into the side of Hedden's Halford's Yuasa door.
I just want to take away. I just want to go cut away from the the big action and move to the front of the field where Edwards has set a 34.1.
Yeah.
And he's just broken the slip of Graham, his teammate behind. And now is this going to be Edwards' late charge just to pull away and seal that victory? I wonder, because we have 3 laps to go. But that is impressive pace from Edwards.
I think that's definitely the fastest lap we've seen all day today, is from that lap time from Edwards. And Graham is not really keeping in touch though, so I'm thinking that Graham is going to be settling for 2nd place, I reckon, and just let Edwards show off into the distance, and his defence of the crown has been very impressive.
There's still 2.5 laps to go, but Edwards, I mean, this is just a fantastic performance from him. In the last race, 5.7 second gap, and in this race, just edging away from his teammate.
Oh no, not now, it's come down a heck of a lot now. Interesting. And now Graham is within slipstream. He did. I think he clipped the gravel trap of the exit of turn 5. And now
pushing.
He's definitely pushing to try and get even quicker. But now Graham is back in the slipstream distance with 2 laps to go.
Oh, I'm just looking at the final third place, and Schauler, I think he's passed his teammate Piper.
He has. So Schauler's gone up into 3rd position and Piper down to 4th place.
But it looked like Piper backed out because Schauler was so much quicker than him, and the same thing's happening again here. Piper getting a massive run on. They're exchanging positions with every corner, these two.
Well, I don't know if the team will be liking that. The team manager won't like seeing them two battling. Of course, the number one route in motors.
Who's the team manager?
I don't know. I'm just making that up. I'm making it as realistic as I can.
Well, whichever one of them is the team manager, they're not going to be too happy about the fighting between the pair of them.
Of course, what's the number one rule in motorsports? You never take out your team. Exactly. And I don't want to see them take out, because they're sitting solid there, 3rd and 4th respectively.
Well, Massey and McEwen, they're not teammates, so they're allowed to take each other out. And McEwen is within 4/10 of Massey as we're about to start the final lap of this race.
I'm just seeing there, Thomas Walsh is down to 9th position, so he's lost that 7th to Thompson and Austin. So we're on to the last lap of the race, and let's see what the gap is now. 4/10 now between the teammates. Now, will Graham go for it, or will he actually just disobey team orders and go for the win?
I wonder if this has to be his moment to try and, you know, take that win, because you don't want to be in your teammate's shadow for sure. Your teammate's your #1 rival. You got to go for the move for sure, especially if it's for the win. And he's closing up into Schlossgård. Is he going to think about a dive?
No, he's gonna be content just to hold on.
Well, I think
come on, Ethan, do it.
He doesn't want to take out his teammate. I guess that is the first rule. He's got to make some kind of attempt, surely. You know, I wouldn't be satisfied just staying behind my teammate for the entire race. You got to have. If you're a racing driver, you got to go for it.
Don't be a Bottas, Ethan. Come on, you got 2 corners to go. Come on, do something.
I'm just looking further back. We have a nice battle between Massey and McEwen.
And McEwen's actually got back into 5th. Anyway, last corner then for the leaders, and Edwards is going to hold on.
Schauler's making a move on Piper into Rindt. Really aggressive move. And he's got the final spot on the podium there.
Oh, has he? Because he's run a little wide. Yeah. He's run a little wide, and he's going to hold on to it. So Schauler gets third. Piper 4th. McEwen regains that 5th place. Then Massey. Look at the battle there for 8th position there. It's going to be Austin that's going to hold it just. Then Walsh. Then Chris Clements there in 10th. Then 11th was Rob Adams. Connor Heddon comes across the line in 12th position. And then you've got the 2 Eurotech racing drivers of Mitchell and Leon making away. But it was actually quite poetry in motion there to see the 2 teammates go double file. Pretty much like the old days of Ferrari with Schumacher and Barrichello when they were going side by side across the line. And there you go. So Edwards, 2-time winner. What a display it is also for those drivers there, because those 2 drivers have won the first 3 races of the championship.
Yeah, that's ominous. You know, to see the motor-based drivers dominating these 3 rounds. I mean, very impressive stuff from them. But yeah, the other teams have got work to do. You know, in the factory to try and catch up.
So here's the unofficial results then from the final round. It was Edwards getting the 2nd win of the season, followed by his teammate, and then Schauler with a last lap pass on his teammate Piper to finish in 3rd, and Piper will go in 4th. McEwen regained that 5th place on Massey. Thompson, McEwen's teammate, gets a solid 7th place. Decent effort there for the rookie there, getting a 3rd, 11th and 7th. Austin will finish in 8th. Thomas Walsh, was actually so fun to see him race and be that aggressive there to finish in 9th position. Clements in 10th, Adams in 12th, that was Adams in 11th, sorry. Heddon in 12th, and in the 2 Eurotech of Mitchell and Leon 13th and 14th. Well, that's the end of the first weekend there, Rascal. What did you think of it?
That was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. From, you know, race 1, race 2. I think race 3 was actually the calmest of all the races.
Yeah, it was. I was surprised by that.
Surprised by that. Yeah. I thought, you know, that you'd have drivers looking for redemption, but maybe the first 2 races were crazy because you have drivers sort of settling in, new drivers wanting to make their mark, and then sort of just being a bit more comfortable with the way things were going and the track, and so we weren't seeing as many crazy moves. But yeah, I mean, just great racing all night, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
Well, the host has ended the game, so we will cut the end of the stream there. So again, thank you there to Rascal for commentating me in the booth. And that has been the SBR BTCC Blueprints of STDash Design Season 12, Round 1, 2 and 3 at the Red Bull Ring. Next week, we're going to go into the Dragon Trail, the Gardens track, for rounds 4, 5, 6. That will be, again, like I said, from next week. So until then, I have been Sean.
And I've been
Rascal. That's your name, yes. kind of embarrassing not knowing what your name is. But anyways, we'll see you again next week. So until then, see you later.
Bye.